Junbi is a movement that draws on the strength of the earth,
bringing great vibes and great energy through matcha.
to help you prepare daringly,
and walk our own path.
and we're going to show you where it all starts.
When we were trying to find a matcha farm to partner with, it was pretty difficult because there's so many matcha tea farms that exist in Japan. But we definitely knew that the matcha tea farm had to be in Japan because that's where matcha originated.
We were really focused on finding a farm that had the highest standards and who had the most attention to detail when producing their matcha.
The farm that we chose is over 100 years old, so they've been around way before we have. They know how to grow it, they know how to harvest it.
And is still making matcha the traditional way, using a stone mill. It is high quality matcha that we can trust.
We have been to Japan countless times to study the art of tea and to learn about the traditions and ceremonies behind serving and drinking matcha.
Matcha is green tea that you consume whole, but not all green tea is matcha. And why? Because matcha is the highest quality of all teas.
One of the defining characteristics of matcha is that it is shade grown. Shading the tea plants deprives them of sunlight, which makes the leaves thinner, more tender, and produces a striking deep green color from the increased production of chlorophyll.
And when large amounts of chlorophyll is being produced, other great nutrients like antioxidants are also being pumped into the matcha tea leaves.
So that when they harvest it, it's at its peak chlorophyll capacity.
Harvest time for matcha is the first half of May. Farmers carefully handpick the top 2 freshest leaves and 1 bud for our matcha.
A lot of farms pick the leaves by machines now, but our farm still does it by hand. This is because the flavor and aroma of a hand-picked tea is much smoother and mellower than tea trimmed by machine,
which damage the leaves and make it impossible to ensure that only the freshest and youngest leaves are picked. After our matcha is handpicked from the fields, they are steamed briefly to stop oxidation, which retains the natural green color, fragrance, and nutritional components of the leaves.
Without the steaming process, the leaf will actually turn brown. So the steaming, it locks in everything that's good for you.
In the second step, the steamed tea leaves are cooled by a strong blast of air.
They are dried in a special chamber and a machine separates the veins and stem from the leaf.
So when you are left with that pure leaf, that's called tencha.
The tencha is then put into a stone ground mill
and ground into a fine powder. Matcha is our favorite superfood.
There's so many benefits that you can get from drinking matcha.
And the best part is that you're actually ingesting the leaf whole versus drinking the water that is steeped from the leaves. It is packed with antioxidants and vitamin C, so it's a great immunity booster. It's also great for mental clarity and focus, where you don't get the jitters and you don't get the crash. Currently, we have 3 locations for Junbi in the Los Angeles area.
You can also find our matcha on our online store at junbishop.com,
where we sell our matcha in tins and individual packs.
Making matcha a part of our daily ritual has improved our lives in so many ways, and we're confident it'll do the same for you.